There's a million little pouches in the mutant marsupial that is YouTube, most of which you'll never encounter, in an ever-growing hydra of meta-content, churning up little creators in its maws. This is a tale of just one of those crevices. I started posting videos to YouTube like years ago. Probably 5 years ago is when I started posting to my current channel. When I was in college, I had, I think, 62 subscribers, all of which are very precious to me. But I've only been recently trying to take the whole YouTube thing somewhat seriously. But in that time, I have noticed a marked change in the kinds of videos YouTube recommends to me. At first, I made a concerted effort to engage with other small creators whose work I liked. I just kind of wanted to foster a mutual investment in a community of people who are also trying to make this stuff work. I would post thoughtful comments on their videos and on their tweets and stuff. I was kind of hoping that they would return the favor and look at my channel too. I know that's a bit selfish, but it didn't seem to be going anywhere really, so I stopped for a while. But now I'm back at it again, now that I have hashtag rebranded. Oh, that sound was probably awful on the mic. I have hashtag rebranded, started posting again, and monitoring, trying not to obsess over my analytics. I find that I've been kind of cajoled into engaging with YouTube again on this account in a new way for me. Beyond what I had intended, I started watching videos while logged into my professional post YouTube account, not with the intent of networking, but just because they were there. YouTube is now recommending me content about YouTube. I started to see videos in my recommended. Oh, you guys can probably hear my fuck-ass roommates. I started to see videos in my recommended feed about how to grow your channel and get views. Though I've only clicked on one of these types of videos, like maybe once, they keep showing this stuff to me. This makes sense. It's expected. Aspiring YouTube guy gets recommended videos for aspiring YouTubers. Makes sense. There are tons of videos out there about how to succeed as a career content creator. Everyone seems to have the no BS method to grow your views, subscriber count, dick, cock, balls in a matter of months or weeks. I won't be telling you anything new by saying that everyone's always selling you something online, and the concept of creating a career online itself is a hot commodity. The market catering to aspiring content creators isn't new, but I feel like it's constantly getting, I guess, nicher and weirder. I mean, well, it's confusing to me. I feel like a new cycle seems to be developing. As the online creator sphere gets more and more oversaturated, you'd think it might be harder to convince people to shout into the void a camera for a living. But no, it just keeps growing and metastasizing. I guess I'll try to grow my channel by claiming to know how to grow people's channels. After all, it's more approachable to watch a video about growing as a small creator from someone with like 100K subscribers than a million. at least to me. Smaller and smaller channels catering to this little insular community of smaller and smaller channels who are trying to get bigger and bigger, but they're stuck. I'm stuck. I feel like the YouTube algorithm, manipulates small creators. Ooh, manipulates, that's a little strong. It makes it seem kind of like, a sentient being. Maybe I shouldn't, well, anyways, the YouTube algorithm, I feel like, kind of manipulates small creators in such a way that they end up cycling through the emotional spectrum just to keep them engaging. It starts with inspirational content for budding internet entrepreneurs. It's like repetitive themes about, oh, you too can make it if only you apply yourself, and also buy my $40 course. Most small creators, I hope, don't fall for this, really. I mean, we know that making this work is more complicated than a get-rich-quick scheme, and especially if we're genuinely invested in the craft, we don't actually expect things to fall into our lap in a matter of weeks. Many of us have been plugging away for years. Regardless of how realistic and grounded we may be, however, there's no shame in trying to follow your dreams. Yeah. Or at least make an income for yourself in a way that doesn't feel soul-sucking. So we end up clicking on more and more of this stuff intended for small creators. Whether that's some hack telling you how to rack up views, or a random nobody art student who is fighting their own depression by telling you that following your dreams is worth it, even if it doesn't quite turn out the way you'd hoped. But when things don't quite turn out the way we'd hoped, and we're still stuck on 50 view videos, we get brought back down to earth. Here it comes, the doom and gloom. I was about to write a whole thing about how we end up watching these sad, cynical videos that get us down, and then right when we're about to throw in the towel, there's the pick-me-up videos to get us back into the platform. And the cycle continues. Hope, despair, hope, despair. I do still think there is a hope-despair cycle for small creators, but I haven't really found a lot of depressing videos in my feed to speak of like I thought I would initially. It's really just videos that seem depressing based on the thumbnail and the title for clickbait purposes, but then they all seem to have some kind of like denouement, did I say that right? That turns it around and leaves you with a hopeful message. So honestly, the whole cyclical content rabbit hole point to this video script seems to be unraveling between my fingertips at this point. I guess it's still a rabbit hole, though. Let me just revise my hypothesis a tad. Is YouTube simply feeding small creators false hope to keep them trying fruitlessly to make it so they'll keep being a consistent user base on their platform? Now, this seems potentially closer to the truth, or at least an interesting speculation to blather about in my quest for views and clicks from strangers. I suppose it's a little less dark and dramatic than I had hoped, but I do feel like it's messed up and slightly eerie how like mid-sized creators are cannibalizing small channels, exploiting our naive desire for online success by peddling these false promises of subs and views. It's depressing seeing how many creators are going through the same thing and won't succeed. Like, I knew the field was oversaturated, but I was operating under this, like, delusional, maladaptive optimism inside of me, which told me that I have a chance. If I just keep going and try my hardest to make good work, I will eventually succeed. But, damn, I don't know. Taking a look in the comments section of one of these kinds of like low-key predatory videos targeted at small creators is quite unsettling, I fear. For some of them, it's literally only commented on by other aspiring content creators who are varying levels of unsuccessful, and it's all like a pseudo-incestuous circle jerk of aspiring creators. Sometimes naively optimistic newbies, and sometimes those who have been plugging away for years to no avail and seem like they're a foot from the edge. Here are some of those comments here. So yeah, YouTube's algorithm feeds small creators content about being a small creator. Relegated to its own dark little corner of YouTube, it causes us to cycle through hope and cynicism in an infinite YouTube rabbit hole. They're squeezing out every last watch hour, every last AdSense cent, doing anything to keep you engaging on their platform. And so am I. Well, not really, I'm not monetized. I guess I've just wasted both of our time. Cut.